Hello YouTube, Zopu here for my second manga review. Like last week, I will be reviewing One Piece, this time chapter 786, not 200 like I kept saying last week, sorry about that. But yes, indeed 786, titled Gats. If you're like me, you probably just went, what? What does that mean? But it will become evident later. Or maybe you just have a very good memory and remember every single minor character in the manga, in which case you probably remember who Gats is. Now, let's get to it, shall we? So, opening page, Jinbei's undersea adventure is now over. So we are left with the more traditional just one-off strange funny images, and this time there's like often before chosen by readers. I was in people in Japan send just a postcard to Shonen Jump with exactly what they want on the cover, and Oda will read a few of them, find which ones he finds funny, and gets on with it. Just draws them. So this week we have Luffy and a random monkey trying to force feed bread to Law. Because why not? He's not really happy about it because he really hates that bread. He sliced the monkey in two. Funny picture, and nothing really much to say about it. Then, let's get on to the meat of the subject. We're back where we left off last week with Doflamingo stuck inside a wall after Luffy just punched Leo bazookaed him into it. Everybody is looking in shock and awe to see the king of Dressrosa just looking half dead. Second page, Luffy still in his Leo bazooka position, or Kamehameha position, with everybody that has been watching the fight just going, he did it, way to go, rubber ball, and then they remember, oh yeah, hang on, he's that famous pirate called Straw Hat, and they're like, always like, why, this man is scary. Yeah, but like I've heard about him in the paper, but then they just go on like, oh, I heard he was like supposed to be an 8-meter tall giant, but this guy is at best 4 meter. And Luffy actually makes a smart-ish comment, is that like, where the hell do you people get all that? Because although Luffy being a giant, by word of mouth could possibly be a misconception because he can turn his limbs giant on occasion. So somebody probably just that saw on some occasion the Gear Third just went, oh, did you know that Straw Hats had like make a fist the size of a building, and people just kept going with that. He has fist the size of a building, so he must be huge. Maybe that's what happened. But also just on the funny side is they ask him, can he stop bouncing? But apparently he cannot. So in his bound man, he will just keep on bouncing, actually completely unable to stop until the gear wears off. So page 3, everybody in awe, again just of the fact that Luffy defeated Doflamingo. First we have Viola, just cannot believe it. King Riku stares quietly. Then we have Cavendish. I kept on calling Cabbage. Again, as well in awe, and then you just have Law that is telling everyone to just look at the sky because something is off. And yeah, the birdcage is still up. That's what people realize, which means Doflamingo is definitely alive. And probably means he's awake. I wonder, like, would the birdcage remain active if he just passed out, or does it actually need to be killed for it to go away? As far as we know, I don't think anyone's devil fruit power uh, actually remains active when they sleep. I mean, with exception like Brooke, whose power is active non-stop, but people that actually have to use their power, do they work when they sleep? I mean, the people that have to actually activate their power, like those that have their body completely turned into something else, obviously that still works. I mean, we've seen Luffy being stretched when unconscious, but I'm not sure if like production type fruit, whatever it produced, or would that still be there if they fell asleep? I mean, we know Sugar wasn't allowed to fall asleep because if she did, and when she eventually did, her power just deactivated, which resulted in all the toys becoming human again. So maybe just knocking Doflamingo unconscious would be enough to deactivate the birdcage, but don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, because the birdcage is still active, they start to realize he needs to finish this now. So Luffy starts to air jump his way towards Doflamingo, or Gippo's way, whatever you want to call it. Readies his attack, just goes for Gomu Gomu no. See a trail of like smoke and steam coming from him as he reaches, and then is how I picture, or I'm imagining rather, the sound that's been produced. I mean, the katakana just go Bachu. So same idea, because yeah, Luffy deflated incredibly fast, and he looks half dead on the floor, and suddenly we have Jesus Barges that decides to jump into the fray, saying because Luffy is now running on fumes, he's gonna kill him, then steal his fruit. Which I think is one of the most interesting things this chapter. Barges say he is going to steal Luffy's devil fruit power by killing him. But the only case of devil fruit power stealing from a dead body we've seen was Blackbeard obviously stealing Whitebeard's Gura no Mi. Sorry about that. And everybody assumed it was thanks to the power of his Yami Yami no Mi, his darkness fruit. But Burgess is here alone. So how exactly could he take the Luffy's fruit power by killing him if Blackbeard's not here? So there's a few different possible explanations. One, he wasn't going to kill Luffy right here, and just going to bring him to Blackbeard and take his power. But I think this is just very unlikely, because in the coming pages we'll see Luffy gets saved at the very last moment. Burgess had a giant knife just going straight for him. Don't think Luffy would have survived that. He was going for the kill. So that actually opens the possibility that Devil Fruit stealing part has actually nothing to do with the Darkness Fruit, and is actually some other trick that Blackbeard picked up somewhere. I mean, or he somehow granted that ability to other people, to his own crew, but that just seems quite far-fetched. Or the last possibility is just that Burgess was just going for the kill, and because as we've seen, a devil fruit, when its user dies, automatically goes into the nearest fruit that I think matches it. So the other possibility is just Burgess was going to kill Luffy and just grab the newly reformed Gomu Gomu no Mi. That's, to me, these are the three possibilities. But really, the first and last one seems a bit off to me. So to me, it seems most likely that devil fruit stealing might actually be something else entirely than just something that Blackbeard can do. Anyway, so yeah, then just at the end of the page, Cavendish is shocked about Burgess' appearances, and Koala calls Sabo because she knows he's going after Luffy, which would be bad. Then we're just following page is just Burgess barges in. Everybody's shocked. They just go, what do we do? And at the bottom of the page we have all the people around Luffy kind of worried because even though King Riku said Luffy is here to help everybody in Dressrosa, they're all really scared because he's still like a wanted pirate with a pretty high bounty. So they're all scared. And it's just like, do we approach him and like, what do we do? It's over, so do we really need him? And then suddenly, the entire mountain that Pika created earlier starts cracking, and we just have Doflamingo again with his grin, and just because his entire body is darkened, not because of Haki, by the way, it's just an effect of light in that image. You can say that this smile isn't one of being happy, he's so mad with fury. He just has this grin, he's go, I am going to kill you. Like really Joker-like, as in the Batman's Joker. And yeah, everybody starts saying you have to run away, but then away from him, but then you realize, the bird cage is still around, so they have to actually get closer to him, even though he's just going to slaughter them all. And Doflamingo sees the sorry-shaped Luffy is in and starts smiling. This time in a bit more happy manner because he realized, it is the one guy that could possibly take him down is just out. He's down for the count. And then finally, at the end of the page, we have Gats coming in, who actually reintroduced himself as the announcer from the Coliseum. So if you're like me, you completely forgot about this guy. Forgot he had a name. I'm not even sure they told us his name. He probably presented himself as he was presenting the tournament, but I honestly didn't recall him. It's just so minor. But if you did, fair play to you. 2 thumbs up. I'd even give you 2 more if I had more. So he just starts asking Luffy, what can we do? Is there anything I can do to help? Because you're our only hope. And Luffy does reply, and that brings us to the second very interesting thing this chapter. He tells him he being Luffy needs 10 minutes because after using Bound Man, his gear force so much, he's unable to use a haki for 10 minutes. So that means there is a limit to how much haki you can use. An actual physical, it does take a certain physical strain or mental strain. I mean, you will run out of it. Although I'm not sure, it might be actually running out of the energy necessary, or it could just be overusing it and just go, you gotta take a break. The fact that it's just 10 minutes and then you can start using it again, uh, really gears me towards the idea that it's really about overusing it. He pushed himself to the beyond his limits in Gear 4 or Bound Man, and then once he deflates, he just needs to go rest just 10 minutes so he can get back into it. And what he does say is, once he's recovered his haki, so it is indeed the haki he needs to recover, not just physical power, he's certain he can finish Doflamingo with one final attack. So here I'm hoping for a new powerful attack rather than just repeating the sums we just seen before. Would be cool. But then again, maybe we'll just see another Leo Bazooka. I'd like to see a mix of the Red Hawk style attack with the Bound Man. That'd be really, really cool. But then, yeah, Gats understands he needs to give Luffy 10 minutes and ask him if he does give him these 10 minutes, will Luffy rid Dressrosa of Doflamingo for good? And then with really serious look, Luffy does say that you have my word. He's dead serious. He's not even like using a half joking or light speaking manner like he often does. Like he doesn't go damn right or atarimaida as he often says. He's really serious about this. So showing a bit of maturity here. So yeah, after this promise, Gats rallies up all the gladiators that were just earlier trying to kill Luffy and the Straw Hats for the gold that Doflamingo promised. They do apologize for that. They just turned their heads, the money. But yeah, they promise they will give Luffy these 10 minutes he absolutely needs, even if they have to die for it. That's basically what they say. And they go for it. They all charge at Doflamingo with full power, and suddenly, as Gats takes half his men to run away from Doflamingo as much as possible, with Luffy to protect him, explosion! Jesus Burgess, the champion, this time again barges in front of Luffy, telling him he's gonna die. And then we go on to the final page, starts with Gats in shock and horror, Luffy just going but can't move or do anything. Then Burgess just jumps and goes for the kill, and then we have a jumping motion and boom! Enters Sabo, who haki kicks Burgess in the face, smiling as always, and Luffy very happy to see his big brother. So yeah. So this was everything that happened in this week's chapter. I really liked it. It was a small break for the fighting, which for many will be a bad thing because they're saying that this fight's been like too short or hasn't really done it for them. I personally find that this chapter again moves the plot quite far along, or yeah, at least quite fast. And to me that's really important, really good, because I found that this entire arc has dragged on long enough. I mean, basically, even on Punk Hazard, the previous arc, so to speak, was part of this. It was just the lead up to it. I mean, it's hard to say when an arc starts and when one finishes. I mean, it's like, do you count Impel Down as a completely different arc from the War of the Best? Or do you actually considered part of the overall same thing. But to me, like, Punk Hazard really was a part of this because it involves all the same people, and it's just all a lead up to this, which is technically still a lead up to fighting one of the Yonkos, the Four Emperor, Kaido most likely, because yeah, Sanji is attacked Big Mom's ship, but don't think this is gonna go anywhere. I mean, a lot of people want to see, me included, want to see what's happened with Sanji, Nami, and everyone else, Chopper and Brook, that are on the ship, fighting the Big Mom pirates. But I don't think this is actually gonna really go anywhere. A lot of people say, "Oh, Sanji's gonna fight Big Mom," and said, "No, he's not. He's not gonna be able to reach her." I mean, the Straw Hats are strong, but they're not that strong yet. I mean, at best, and I mean at absolute best, Sanji can more or less hold his own against one of Big Mom's stronger crew members, but she has definitely more than one that can take him on, and her Big Mom herself probably can beat him easy enough. That's just a fact. The Straw Hats are not that strong yet, so. But I personally think Big Mom simply is, as many have assumed, have guessed, the mother of the girl from Thriller Bark, whose name I forgot, that explained the whole Viver card thing to Luffy, and gave one to Luffy that points to her mom, who's a big pirate in the New World. End quote. So yeah, they're probably gonna not necessarily ally, but get along. I mean, a lot of pirates do just agree to just get along with one another to some extent when they need to. I mean, and that has always been the case, even in the Roger era, despite the fact that Roger, Whitebeard, and Cheeky constantly fought for years. They still shared drinks every once in a while. They, beyond the fact that they were technically enemies and rivals, they actually sort of liked each other to a certain extent. Yeah. Anyway, this was my chapter review of One Piece, chapter numbers 786. And I guess I will see you next time, YouTube. Bye.